You have 5 minutes to hide a paperclip in your home. A detective has 24 hours to find it. If they don't, you get $10,000. Where are you going to hide the paperclip? Behind the plate that's screwed into the wall for my carbon monoxide detector. Straighten it out and glue it to the inside of a reusable straw. Bra under wire. Dryer lint trap. Bra under wire for the win. I think it might be weird just having one bra in my house when I'm single and a guy. Between the radiator fins of the split type air conditioner. It's easy to insert, yet the position is not very accessible and would need to disassemble that aircon just to get a glimpse of it. Found Dexter, the murderer or the one with a secret lab. Inside the rubbing alcohol bottle. That way the paperclip sniffing dogs can't find it. My bottles of rubbing alcohol are all clear and would make terrible hiding places. Pour the hydrogen peroxide down the drain. Fill it with rubbing alcohol and then drop the paperclip in there. Though the paperclip might be okay in H2O2 for 24 hours. Not certain. In the junk drawer. Good luck finding anything you're looking for. You mean that drawer where, if you're looking for a Phillips screwdriver they're all flathead, but if you're looking for a flathead they are magically all Phillips? Exactly, and then, when you need a battery all you can find are screws, and when you need a screw all of a sudden a million ducking batteries show up everywhere lol. Firstly I'd straighten it out, so it doesn't immediately look like a paperclip. That might help both if it's spotted, and in finding a place for it. I would then push it into the gathered fabric at the top of my living room curtains, where it would be absolutely impossible to distinguish from the curtain hooks. I think I'd take my wind-up clock apart and put it inside there, in a way, so the clock can still function to be less suspicious. And then shove the clock straight up your, but as an extra precaution. I would go into the roof and slide it, between two tiles in a random spot. Unluckily for you the detective looked at your Reddit account and knew exactly where the paperclip was. But which tiles did I sandwich the paperclip between? Give it my toddler. Never to be seen again. Until 23 hours and 58 minutes later, when the kid wants to show off his cool new shiny thing and apparates it out of nowhere. I'm assuming it will work with the same magic as the magically disappearing reappearing binkies. It is now somehow covered in syrup though. Edit. Thank you for the awards. This, when my oldest was 5. We had a nanny who had a daughter the same age. One day they came over and the daughter swiped our magnet key that unlocks magnet locks on cabinets, child safety mechanism. It was gone for weeks and we wrote it off as lost forever. And then one day she just handed to me. I wish she could tell me where that key went. I'm so curious, but I'll never know. In a septic tank. If they find it, they deserve to keep that $10. 000. 24 hours is up. Alright you /terp. Go get the paperclip. Well shit. In an electrical socket. Shocking. This actually got me. Like I cracked a laugh. I wasn't expecting this. Burying it with the last detectives who tried. Hol up. You forgot your bloody shovel. Don't be a litterer. In the spine of a book, I have a room of ceiling to floor shelves. I thought about this. But, metal detector? Will a metal detector even get a paperclip? If it does, it needs to be somewhere there's supposed to be metal already. They would have to be suspicious enough to spend a decent amount of their time getting a metal detector and testing all the books. If they don't have a clue that's the place to focus attention on. It could be a good shot. In the attic insulation. This was my thought too. We have blown insulation and a cramped attic. It's like needle in the haystack plus insane itchiness plus poor lighting plus no space to move around. Last time I was doing work in an attic with blown in I lost a set of pliers. Didn't even try to find them. I'd bend it, then force it down the tube of an empty pen. Or force it down the corrugation of one of the Amazon boxes I've yet to take out to recycling. Shoot, I could even tell him that's what I did, and I bet it would take 24 hours to sort them all. Inside the mattress or nature's pocket. Nature gave you 2 pockets, if you're a woman. For a paperclip nature gave everyone 2 pockets. 1. Push it into a fresh turd in the kitty litter. 2. Straighten it out and insert it into one of those pin and string pictures. 3. Shape it like a large staple and then use that to staple together some papers. Edit. Just back home and yeah. Maybe these should have been bullet points and not an ordered list. Actually, if you can do these things in this order, the detective should pay you the $10,000. Why'd I read it like you were doing these in order instead of 3 separate ideas? I was so confused why you would straighten out the cat turd. I'd tape it on the inside of one of the fabric labels on my winter coat, which is currently in a suitcase in my closet with the rest of my winter stuff. I like to leave myself a couple bucks in my winter coat pockets when I put them away in the spring. When it gets cold again, I get a present. Edit. OMG, you guys are making my night with your cute little stories in this thread 3. Unplanned. But this week I found 100 in my winter coat from last year. Felt great. Although it somehow ended up in my wife's handbag. Somewhere safe where I'll find it later. Just like everything else I can't find. Just throw it on the floor then, I guess. The floor is where I keep most of my things. I'd put it in my mask to form the nose bridge. Modern problems require modern solutions. My mask has a pocket for a twist tie that does exactly that. Please people, make sure your mask securely covers the bridge of your nose. Push it through a drywall wall between studs and it should fall to the blocking at 4-foot increments off the ground code requires. If you can, put a nail into the hole and hang a painting or W/E to hide the small hole or some spackle. Later, use a magnet to attract it through the drywall and draw it back up to a hole or other opening in the wall. Even if the detective saw the hole, the paperclip isn't there. That's just the retrieval and drop point. It'd basically be impossible to find without ripping all the walls out. I doubt they could detect it, even using a metal detector, because of all the background ferrous metal in nails, nail stops, Simpson clips, wiring, etc. that the detector would pick up everywhere else. Real question here is the detective allowed to tear apart your house if they want? At that point, the repair would cost more than the money I get from this deal. Give it to my 3-year-old. Tell her it's important and to remember where she leaves it. Op is definitely hiding a gram of coke from his in-laws. All these people being extra sneaky. No one suggesting to tape the paperclip to the bottom of a drawer or the back of ceiling fan blade. Unless they're going to tear a house apart. They're only going to look so many places. Unless they're going to tear a house apart. A detective that has 24 hours to find it is going to tear your house apart. I'm hiding the paperclip in plain sight. On a pedestal. With a giant arrow pointing to it. $10,000 isn't enough to cover the damage and clean up a thorough search is going to leave. Just hide a bunch of paperclips. When he finds one he'll stop searching. Much better than my anus theory, but much less enjoyable. Between 2 slices of bread in the freezer. I like this. Maybe poke a small hole in the plastic around a frozen pizza and slide it between the pizza and the cardboard. Remember to seal the hole with a tiny bit of heat to then open it out and slide it inside a chicken breast. Put the chicken breast in the freezer. He would look in the freezer and then realize that the one chicken breast isn't frozen all the way. This is assuming that he starts looking for it as soon as you hide it. Has not gone ahead straight for the freezer. One extra ring in a spiral notebook. It appears this notebook has been tampered with. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.